My name is Atia, and I wrote my freshman year as a commuter as a nonfiction piece in freshman read.
My name's Shawnee. I'm a junior this upcoming fall, and my contribution was a painting that I submitted to Red Shoes, which is a literary magazine on campus.
I'm Michelle Skinner. My contribution to the freshman read was actually a piece about last year's freshman read, a completely new experience for UIC students, explaining what this change was in the UIC freshman read and how it benefited the academic community.
I think the freshman read is a great way for students to get to know one another because there are things in there that will spark everyone's interest. There's a whole variety of things that are included in this book, and I feel like there's something that will interest anyone, so it's a great way to get a conversation going.
I do think it is a great tool for students to get in touch with one another and to begin conversations. It's one of the things that actually, having been a student and having actually read my freshman orientation book, was really helpful to starting just random conversation with people when you have this shared experience and you can walk up to them and be like, what did you think of this article? Or what did you think of this? Because the articles are humorous or they tackle really controversial issues, and it's something that's going to naturally either create debate or just generate a discussion in general. And I think that's going to be really helpful for students who are trying to, find an icebreaker for the new people that they're meeting.
The freshman read is a great way for freshmen to know what's on campus, know what they can get involved with, see what other students are interested in.
I got it during orientation, then I read it afterwards, and it helped me get insight into what the people are like, what they talk about, what they think about. It was really interesting.
UIC is a very unique culture in general, and this is a great representation of that. So you can get a feeling for the culture, you can get a feeling for what your peers are talking about, what they're interested in. You can also begin to get acclimated to this very strange and new environment that no matter how much you think, oh, it's not going to be that different, it really is.
3 words that I'd use to describe the freshman read would be thought-provoking, because a lot of these pieces are really interesting, and they show sides of UIC student that you normally wouldn't get to see, I guess, in their academic work. I guess I'd also say that it's very varied because not only do you have journal entries, but you also have the poetry and the art aspect to it, which I think is great.
Completely original, unique comes to mind.
I would describe the book as creative, especially the artwork, and descriptive, and the fictional stories are really interesting and intense, some of them especially, and well written.
Let's see, another word I'd use to describe it would be diverse. With my piece especially, I feel like I really got to show a piece of my culture, which I think is important, and it's also an important aspect of UIC itself. So this is what I submitted to the freshman read. The name of it is This Is My India, and I actually painted this a few years ago, but I thought it fit the message that the freshman read was trying to put forth really well, so that's why I submitted it. And the inspiration for this came from a trip that my family took to India a couple of years ago. I'm Indian, and these are actually a collage of photos that I took while I was there, and then I kind of put them together and then painted that collage, so that's what you see here.
My piece was called My Freshman Year as a Commuter. I wrote it, I think, during winter break, and I was really frustrated with commuting at that point because the semester had gone by, and I was really annoyed, and I was really relaxed too, so I just wanted to rant about it, basically. That's all it was just a rant.
So my piece was entitled Breaking New Ground. It ran in the Ampersand, which is the Honors College sort of informative newsletter, which the Honors College Campus Housing and the Office for the Vice Provost of Undergraduate Affairs made the freshman read come together. And for me, this was actually something that I was assigned. I had heard about the changes in the freshman read, and when my editor asked me to write the story, I started exploring them more. So that's what it's talking about, is the UIC freshman read program shifted over from books like my book was The Last Lecture, or the book after me was How Starbucks Saved My Life, to this sort of student-oriented approach to writing. And I really went into depth about that and explored it and how a student's voice can help other students become used to a completely new environment. So, can the voice of one student help another? Honors College programs such as Honors Ambassadors, Campus Housing, Peer Mentors, and Residence Assistants, and numerous other peer-based programs and departments and organizations across UIC appear to indicate a campus-wide belief that one of the most valuable resources of students is other students. The UIC Freshman Read has helped to codify the ideal that an experienced college student can provide significant help to less experienced students. A collaborative effort between the Honors College, Campus Housing, and the Office of the Vice Provost of Undergraduate Affairs, with guidance and support from the University Library and first-year writing program, the Freshman Read helps introduce new students to the academic community at UIC.